Red Prison here in Modern, a last hurrah here in 2022, or at least we think so. Taking our Extra Life version and going to go ahead and run it back. This one has 5 Blood Moons, Chalices and Bridges, a Karn sideboard, and plenty of Fire Artisans. I don't care what you say, YouTube. Fire Artisan is where it's at. Let's get into there's a million options here. Let's get into a queue here. Let's play some Magic. Let's beat down, well, not really a beat down strategy, right? That's not what Prison does. We'll beat them down with big damage. Shoutouts to our Stormbreath Dragons in the sideboard and a few Eidolons in case we do have to get that aggressive streak on. Not too many other things that remove creatures and or remove artifacts, so let's dodge a few of those. We'll see if Karn can't be the answer for some of those strategies. And we'll get ourselves kicked off here with playing Red Prison for League number 1. And like I said, a variety game to close it out today. Fun fact, the search icon, little bar on Windows machines, it has a cool little sun on it today. Usually I don't really care because I never use it, but it's got a cool sun on it. It's kind of like a rotating image. All right, our opponent is 2-2. We obviously need lands in order to play Magic, and we are on the draw, it looks like. Ragavan in 1 land? What a scam. Let's find some more lands, shall we? Wow. I guess we'll keep 4 here. And we'll just kind of see what they play. What a terrible set of mulligans there. I think if they Inquisition or Thoughtseize, I would pass, but Ragavan I can interact with. And interact in a way that my opponent won't maybe know exactly what we're doing here. Red-black from our opponent. Maybe Griefs. Maybe Furies, maybe Red-Black Scam, maybe Red-Black Midrange, maybe Jund. There's a Bloodstained Mire. I almost want to just concede to this. I'm not sure if I can really beat what it is they're doing here. At the same time, I suppose this doesn't really give them any further information here. I just look like some janky Light Up the Night deck. Opponent takes a Fury. Do they fetch? Is it just a hand disruption? We'll keep playing. We can play a game here with our opponent. We've already shown him too much. So it is strictly red-black here. I kind of will hate to see if it's Monkey that dashes in here. One downside to this variation of the list is that it just doesn't play too well. We'll play the Scavenger Grounds just in case they try to reanimate something out of the graveyard. Not bad. Basic swamp from our opponent. That's kind of a cool looking swamp. I like that. Kind of looks like ships. All right, is this Grief? Hardcast Turok. Well, you got it. We do play Bridges, though, in this variation of our list, so we could end up getting rid of this Turok's threat here. What's up, Dr. Slump? How's it going? 13 months. 13 months, a long time. Long time. Baker's dozen. How's it going? Thank you so much for the Prime and the support this year. And 12 previous months as well. All right, Monkey's going to hit us. We're taking 6, going to 14. I need to probably naturally draw a bridge. If I were to pick up Karn, there's a good chance they have Inquisition, Thoughtseizes, or another Turok. Looking for that natural bridge. That's not a natural bridge, but it naturally defends against Ragavan. Could chump block this as well. I think we'll just hold on to it. I probably chump block as well, if I'm really, really honest here. I don't want to take any damage. Ta-da! This grows because we discard that land. Do they have 2 spot removals? I guess this makes sense. They haven't done anything else. Double spot removal. Instead of 6 to me, it's takes care of those. They hit for 7. Finds a Fury. Passes the turn. I'm going to go ahead and dash in a Ragavan here on the off chance that I find a removal spell for this card. Like a Terminate. I do not. All right. We'll go ahead and concede. Opponent's just going to dash in. Didn't find our bridges. That's okay, though. That's okay. All right. We're probably pretty okay for the most part. I think I'm going to take the Karns out, bring in a bridge here, and bring in the extra Magus. Eidolon's an option here. But I don't think I care too much about the Eidolon. We need to not mulligan to 4. Let's start there. No mulligans to 4, please. All right, let's play first. There we go. Double gemstone's a little awkward, but aside from that, we've got a decent hand here. Got all of our lock pieces. They just think we're an attacking red aggressive list, and that is not true. That is not true. We have other things to offer our opponents. All right, opponent, I'd like to play this Den of the Bugbear. Bam, right there. Right there. Right there. That is the center of the screen right there. Boom. Try it again. Try it again. There we go. Ah, it worked. It worked. Definitely going to try to put a Chalice on 1. I could see them playing Ragavan first. I can also see them just Thoughtseizing this away. Fetch Bloodstainmire. Blood Crypt. And it's black mana. All right, which do you care about? Do you care about this Chalice? That looks like that might hurt you. Do you care about the bridge because that blocks things? Or do you care about the Blood Moon because you didn't fetch a basic swamp? I bet this Chalice is the first thing that goes here. That is my gut feeling here. Chalice is probably gone and no more. And if Chalice stays, well, I'm going to be playing Chalice. It's that simple. Blood Moon. All right. They would like some time to be able to cast some stuff. We'll do Chalice, and we're going to follow it up with hopefully an Ensnaring Bridge. We'll see. There's Castle Locthwain. Dauthi Voidwalker. We can kill that. Let's play lands that don't make us have to sacrifice another one. Shatterskull Smashing is a good one for here. Another Voidwalker. Right now I can make X equal to 2. Wonder if I should just kill one of these. It's probably okay to go ahead and kill one and just leave the other one for now. That way they're not attacking me. Gets another card out of our hand. All right, let's go ahead and Seasoned Pyromancer, getting rid of both gemstones. I'm doing this without putting a land into play so that if I draw a land, I can immediately play it. I don't, unfortunately. Sometimes you can get stuck with more lands in your hand because of Seasoned Pyromancer. In this case, it really probably doesn't matter. I'm just going to Bone Crusher one of these. And I can attack, which is nifty. I'm actually going to go ahead and play Bridge and pass turn. I like to just hard cast Fury here. It'd be great. Aknos is going well. Well, it's going as well as it can be. We're doing prison things. This is very prison-y that we've accomplished here by playing bridges. It's what we do. It's what we do. Prison has been an underdog for quite some time now with some of the recent printings of cards. And I say recent, it's actually no longer recent at this point. K Commands kills 1 bridge and gets rid of Seasoned Pyromancer, using Voidwalker to cast that Seasoned Pyromancer to dig for cards. This is the extra life list. That extra life is available either from the extra life stream or on our YouTube or other locations. All right, let's go ahead and kill a couple things here. And then we'll play the Seasoned Pyromancer. 2, we'll kill this as well because it's mine. It'll go to my graveyard. Oh no, it gets exiled because of the Voidwalker. That's all right. Play. Apparently get the same style of cards each and every time. I can block though, setting at a healthy 17 to 12 here. We'll play bridge first if we don't get a land here because I want an extra bridge. This K command looks funny down here. It's like highlighted. Is it still high? Yeah, it's highlighted if I pop it out. What if I really pop it? Oh, it is still highlighted. Look at that. It's like the K command effect is down here. How silly. All right. Furies kills Seasoned Pyromancer, attacks for 2. That's all fine. Does this by pitching a lightning bolt, which can't be cast because of Chalice. Thanks, Chalice. I actually kind of like playing the Blood Moon here. I'm not going to get enough cards out of my hand anyway at this moment, and the Blood Moon stops Turok, and it stops a couple other nasty things here. It's up D20. There's an Urborg that doesn't do anything. It's a very lovely mountain. Opponent attacks for an additional 2 here again. We do hit our land. I'm going to go ahead and empty the hand rather than trying to do the Seasoned Pyromancer tokens this turn. This way my hand is nice and empty, and then I can land drop Seasoned Pyromancer from there. We'll go ahead and kill one of these as well in the process. When you were playing MS, Marvel Snap yesterday, I was playing MTGO. Now you're playing MTGO and I'm playing Minecraft. Oh, Minecraft, not Marvel Snap. Minecraft. Got it. Let's go ahead and continue to empty the hand. Yeah. Play that Minecraft. Dig those goodies. All right. Opponent gives up because we're just too much for them. And we're gonna submit right back. Gonna do the same thing again to them. Chalices and bridges. Oh my! Too many of these and too little K commands. Yeah, we enjoyed Minecraft yesterday. We built our tree. I just wish sometimes Minecraft was a little faster. Obviously, you can play it in such a way that you can make it faster, but I think that removes the whole point of how it's played. But Minecraft's a good game. Very open-ended. One of the better open-ended games. Create what you want. All right. Opponents 2-2. We got the 1-1 against them in games. We'll see if we can steal their 3-2 and their treasure chest away from them. Yeah, Stormbreath's in here for all those solitudes I never ever see when I have Stormbreath in the sideboard. But if we do run into them, we have the tech against them. All right, I got double light up. I have Fire Artisan this time. My opponent mulls to 6. I'm going to keep this and just hot roll a land off the top 2 cards here. I'm going to get rid of Chandra Torch of Defiance here and leave myself with Fire Artisan. I can kill 2 things as well. Bloodstained Mire, you got it. Blood Crypt. This is the better Planeswalker in this situation. Opponent casts a Fury. And they're going to reanimate it essentially here. And it's going to be a 4/4, I assume. Yes. All right, so I got to beat a 4/4. It's actually not impossible here. All right, top roll a land, which is good. If I were to land here, I have 4 cards, so I need to ping them with the light up the night once and pass turn. As long as they don't discard here, I have bridge. If they discard here, we're in a bit of trouble. Polluted Delta. Thoughtseize. All right, so I need a top deck of bridge. Top deck of bridge, top deck of fury. I'm taking 8 here. I'm very close to dying. There's a Chandra. Currently can do 3 to this. A top deck land gives me a chance here. So land, bridge, fury, blockers. Season Pyromancer. If they bolt me, I think I'm dead. No, I'd be at 1. Ragavan. Okay. Now I almost need like Season Pyromancer because I'm going to be at 2 and 8. Dashing Ragavan kills me. There's my mountain. So I did hit the land here, but they have a Ragavan that can dash and kill me. That's a shame. Bummer. Too big of a fury. I had the answer, but they took it away. 0-1 start here for Red Prison. And now if we are going to be level set and real here, I'm expecting something like a 2-3 out of this list tonight. Close one there, but a lot of things get rid of the prison elements. And that has been our how we've seen things unfold over the last several times we've tried prison. But maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. I'd be happy to be surprised. All right. Why don't we keep this one? Why don't we gemstone? Why don't we throw away a blood moon and pass the turn? Stealing turn 1 from my opponent. We have a Bone Crusher Giant plus Light Up the Night here, and this looks like it's potentially a Darcy Ragavan style list with that Mishra's Bauble to lead things off. Opponent's got a fetch land and a non-fetch land in their hand, deciding whether they fetch or not to play the Ragavan, methinks. Ooh. Floodstrand. Maybe not. Maybe blue-white? Looking for a land. Got a Fury. That's okay. Still looking for a land. Yeah, they do run the Flooded Strand. It's just like it catches me off guard because they don't... There's not a lot of those. Steam Vents, though. Shocks it in. Plays Consider. Yep. Very, very Murktide-like. Okay, so they have probably Counterspell here, I would imagine. Can't imagine them just playing something out. That's a 1-drop here. Yep. More controlling. Looking for a land. We do hit it. I'm going to pass turn. Not going to run a Blood Moon into the obvious Counterspell from my opponent. The obvious Counterspell. I do like that even though I showed them a Blood Moon for exiling, that they're all in on getting the Steam Vents. Power to you, opponent. Power to you, Midwest mages. No fear, I like it. All right. We're just going to keep playing this game, aren't we? Fortunate to miss a land there. Let them draw with Archmage Charm. Maybe they'll fetch that island now. Scalding, Tarn Fetching, getting an island. This island's alright. There's nothing fancy about that island. Consider Archmage Charm. Yeah, there it is, Archmage Charm. So our Murktide player here has a very control heavy card list here. I don't expect Murktide here. I expect something that's played and then they just have counter magic after this. I will attempt to kill the Darcy here. There are 3 card types in the graveyard. They could consider and put a creature there. And then I lose my stomp. Well, I wouldn't lose the stomp. I just wouldn't kill the Darcy here. Dead. All right. We'll go ahead and try to jam the Blood Moon. I don't see this resolving, though. This should get one of their counter spells out. We were waiting to see if my opponent would make a mistake based on the way they tap, but they've played really passively here, so. Gotta start committing things to the board. They're really considering not countering this, and I think they should. It's very amazing how a Blood Moon actually affects Murktide players, unless they have like just an island in their hand. All right. Draws 2 cards with Archmage Charm and allows Blood Moon to resolve. I find this very interesting, but maybe they have like Ragavan, so they're not so worried here. Dash Ragavan, have 3 blue mana. Steam Vents. All right, we're going to play the Chandra that does not matter in this matchup, being Torch of Defiance. We'll let this get countered. And they'll think about this, and then they'll probably let it resolve and do Unholy Heat instead. So 2 damage and Unholy Heat out of hand now. This is why Fire Artisan is the better Planeswalker. Opponent's at 13, 20 to 13, difference of 7. Goes a Light Up the Night. And Rhinos have arrived. What's up? I didn't sideboard correctly. Maybe we should drop the league and restart. How's it going? How is your league? Did you play the Abzan list you were showing on Twitter? Here, I will shuffle these cards around. This Fury looks nice. I like this Fury. A land. Let's try to cast Bone Crusher Giant. 2/3 today. That's not unfortunate. You are giving hope to other folks during this holiday season. You're such a generous person. And then after the new year, we'll just crush them all. We're luring the new MTGO folks into Magic. They're like, man, this is pretty good. And then come January 1st, rock them. That's what we're doing. Red's the best. Red's pretty good. My opponent bounces Blood Moon. Now they have a lot of blue mana. So that's a way to deal with it. Mishra's Bauble takes a look at what we're drawing here. I assume this is Murktide. If it's 2 Murktides, I'm in trouble. If it's 1 Murktide, I may try to get it. Expressive Iteration here. They're doing this because they have Murktide plus Counterspell, probably. Misty Rainforest. Can play that. They can get another island too, making Blood Moon even weaker now. Rage. Interesting. I wish I could cast more than one thing. We will try Fire Artisan first. Bridge, if I can get it to resolve, is very good. This will probably get countered. Okay. I'm going to ditch the Blood Moon because they can get another island. I'm going to try to kill Darcy here. Puts an Unholy Heat into their graveyard. Counterspell resolves. Hopefully my opponent picks up the speed just a tiny bit here. Just a tiny bit. They're going to use a lot of their clock here game one. We're only down 1 minute and 20. Hey, yeah, this resolves. F6. Fury kills Channeler. Pew. Pew. My opponent is fetching in response to this. I'm going to go ahead and unyield the turn. Just in case they somehow save this, and then I'll Fury again. They do not, so I'll just F6 through the turn now. Plenty of islands for my opponent. 4 cards, did not decide to counter that. What else do you got for us, opponent? What else do you got? Expressive. Murktide. They found it. The big Murktide. We'll have to see if a bridge resolving works for us. If I got... Well, land doesn't really even do it either. They've already used an Otawara, Soaring City. Plenty of cards still down here. Of those last 4 cards, do we think they have a counter spell? They Polluted Delta. I probably could try to Fury Light Up the Night if I hit a red card here. They might just have a bunch of bolts too. Let's try Bridge. I can pay for Spell Pierce, but I can't stop a counter spell or something else. Okay, countered. We'll pass the turn. Right now, if I get a red card, I can Fury Pitch and Light Up the Night to kill the Murktide. So we can try that as well. If my opponent plays a second Murktide here and manages to grow this one quite large, we'll concede. After we see if we draw a bridge. Big Murktides, they rough. Ledger Shredder. It's not too worrisome. Second spell. Bolt. 1 card remains here. Ledger Shredder, does it grow or does it not? It does grow with Dragon Rage going to the bin. 1 card. What is it? Is it a counter spell? Going to 9. It's kind of frustrating because by the second time I play a spell, they get to Ledger Shredder. Unless I try to kill that, but then I'm not killing something else. Unless let's high roll this. Fury cast. As long as this last card is not a burn spell or a counter spell. Wow, it was a dress down. It was a dress down of all things. I guess that would have stopped pretty much all of our lines anyway. Pretty much. All right. Let's Eidolon it up. Let's Eidolon it up. Be aggressive. Bridge is still reasonably good against this opponent. Chalice on 1 is also not bad. They have a couple ways to bounce things. This is definitely one of our harder matchups. One of the harder matchups. Let's play first. Let's keep. Chalice 1's not bad. This Magus is... Magus is better here because I have the Chalice on 1 to protect it. So I could theoretically get it down soon enough that it won't get countered and then can't be killed. Unholy Heat's so unfair. Unholy Heat's fine. There's a lot of things that have to go right for Unholy Heat to do the 6 damage that it does. And it is a very much a deck building constraint for sure. So I think it's an alright card. I mean, red needed that anyway. All the creatures and everything were getting out of the range of Bolt. And even so, Unholy Heat, a lot of things are protected from it as well anyway, so they don't care about Unholy Heat so much. Alright, good old Misty. I'm going to start with a red card or not. We might have a Spell Pierce, which would kill the Chalice. Alright, we're going to play Eidolon instead. I don't want to have my Chalice of the Void Spell Pierced. That's just mean. That is just mean. Opponent Subtleties and Eidolon, getting rid of an expressive iteration. I will probably top the Eidolon here. That seems exceedingly aggressive. I have 2 lands. I don't know. That just seems like way too aggressive to not just top the Eidolon. No, definitely. And not when I have the opportunity to potentially just play it again. Which I'm planning to. My opponent could be like setting up just to counter it then. But so what? Dash is a Ragavan, so they take the Eidolon off the top. I mean, I guess that's a way to get rid of it too. I'll probably Magus now to avoid Spell Pierce, and then we'll then I'm not blocking. Oh well. I'm gonna do Magus here. Maybe I do block the Ragavan. Block the Ragavan and then put a Chalice down on 1 through Spell Pierce. It actually doesn't seem like the worst idea. Unholy Heats, Magus of the Moon out of the way. And now we're going to dash Ragavan. Dashes Ragavan using treasure token. So we're kind of back to the same spot. This looks good for the Chalice. Tax. We definitely want this Chalice to resolve because of this whole dashing monkey shenanigans that my opponent can do. Chandra would have been nice. Cool. All right. Remember, we have more sorcery speed ways of removing things than instant speed. And that's just because of how we've built this list. Sweet. All right, this should resolve even through Spell Pierce. And now they can't dash monkey anymore. While counter spells are annoying, we can work our way through those. Ledger Shredder. I actually will hard cast a Fury into this. Hard cast a Fury into this. Goodbye, Ledger Shredder. Bye. See ya. Burned out of the sky. Flames. Flames. Now what? They're behind in lands. We've got a Chalice that's stopping a few things. Fury probably lives here. Here comes Murktide. We can kill that with the light up. Oh no. Brother's End. Brother's End. And we'll just pass. Could put the light up the night and hit them for some decent damage there. 5. I don't know if that's really worth it. Kind of want to just kill something if it shows up, like another Ledger Shredder or a Murktide. Here comes a big Murktide. Big-ish. It's like a 6/6 or something. 5/5. Yeah. It was better to hold this light up the night. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to chance this. Bam. Get out of here. Boom. All right. Well, they're going to be a little ways away from another Murktide. Can't play the Ragavan in their hand. They've been kind of stuck on lands here. Maybe they have an Expressive here. Nope. Another Ledger Shredder. I am simply looking for probably a Planeswalker at this point. I'm not going to crack any of these Raminot Ruins at the moment because I do have Karn, the Great Creator, that I can go get like Bridge with. Besides, cracking for about 6 damage is not going to do it here. It's going to do it once I get a Bridge in play or something like that. I don't expect my opponent to tap out of Counterspell going forward, so I may have to hold a spell and look for 2 of them. This spell is not worth holding, though. Just threaten this. See if they have a Counterspell. They don't. Interesting. Attempts the Lightning Bolt at end step, takes 2 and gets countered. Ouch. Not good. Not good. Now I will fire off probably a Raminot Ruins. Raminot Ruins now matter in terms of the clock with this Eidolon in play. And my opponent is continuing to miss miss land drops. So let's turn up the heat. We'll pay for 4 here. I would like to remove this. I have put X equals 3. If they think they can double up spells and save this, they're solely mistaken because Light Up the Night's got cool interaction. Opponent counters. Attacking is useless here. They'll block. We'll respect that. My daughter's asking for Minecraft after. Your voice is known to by my 6-year-old. There won't be Minecraft, I'm sorry. It's funny though. I only played it like not yesterday, Monday. Were they chilling and hanging out and watching? Or heard? My opponent attempts to kill this for the 2nd time now and takes damage once again. Unless they're about to slam a Death Shadow through a Chalice somehow, my opponent likes to do this. This looks really good now with a Karn the Great Creator. I'm going to go get Bridge, I think, here to start things off. I could also just kill this. Like, go up and kill this. No, because then it will get countered. Oh, no, it won't get countered. Let's do that play. That's kind of like a fun play. It's like a play that we just don't do here very often. We don't talk about Fluffy Wolf 1. We do not here. Very Fluffy Wolf 1 of me. You're right. I'm an evil genius. Now what? Big Murktide? You got it. You got it, friend. Play the Murktide. It's a 6/6 Murktide. All right. Sideboard wise, I guess I just go get a bridge here. I'm going to lose the Karn anyway. The most I can do is 3 to my opponent. Let's go ahead and empty our hand here, and we'll just use Raminauts to put them down to 5, and then they can only cast like kind of 2 or 3 spells. It seems reasonable, right? Every spell that's close to killing them, if they counter it, does damage to them. My opponent, they need to find a land. That's what they really need to do. They've got 2. I have no idea how they haven't found another land here yet. It's kind of crazy. Opponent's at 7. I'll just do this now. I'll show them what's up. Opponent's at 5. Good luck. I'm at 13. They get something that bounces something here or kills a artifact. It's not going to be great. Pass the turn. I don't need to take damage here. It's the other thing. I prefer them to take damage, not me. If they're trying to burn our clock here, 19.5 minutes or so to 7, I think they're just trying to win, but we'll see if they can do that. Obviously, I can't attack anytime soon here. I may hold a second card with the idea that if I play a Fury, then I could draw something. Here we go. This is worth the 2 damage. This is very much worth the 2 damage. And if they counter it, I make tokens, and then I swing around the Murktide to do a couple more points of damage, making Eidolon close to lethal here. All right, opponent gives up that one. 6 minutes 40 on their clock. We're going to run it back exactly as is. See if they can beat us. They are definitely favored to win this. League number 7,046. Wow. Wow. All right, 6 minutes on the clock, 6:30 on the clock for my opponent, 19 for us. Plenty of time for us, but we're not going to try to win that way. It may just happen, but we're going to try to lock them out. That's what we do. Chalices on turn 1. Nope. There's an Eidolon here, though. Eidolon and the ability to pitch a Fury. I think we can do this, because Bridge in itself is pretty painful for our opponent. If they lead off with Ragavan or something, I can kill it. If it's Darcy, I probably leave it alone. Do I leave this alone? Probably. Light up the night? Ooh, all right. I'll play my own Ragavan. Pass turn. That was a good top deck. They can kill it? No, it died. All good. All good. Do they have a second land? They do. It's a basic island. I would like to kill this with a Fury. Fire Artisan is definitely one of the better cards here. Wow. Here we go again with putting the whole Eidolon. All right. If this is the case, my opponent has 2 cards here. I'm going to kill it and get rid of the Fire Artisan here, and I'm going to plan to play the Seasoned Pyromancer in the event that my opponent does the whole Dash Monkey and get rid of my Eidolon again. We're doing this to preserve our life total, make it longer for our opponent to attack us, and also because of the hand that we have, we're probably just going to be playing Seasoned Pyromancer. Opponent does nothing here, so we're going to attempt to play Eidolon again, so I don't have to bolt myself. Wow, where's all these raids coming from? KO Diamonds again, and Evan again. Do these people want to play EDH? Is that why they keep raiding us? Welcome. Welcome, Gecko folks. How's it going? I think I play Bridge here first. We are the prison strategy here. Oh yeah, we're playing Bridge. Opponent's gonna lose. What's up, Big B? How's it going? How was the cube? You cubed your friends, I heard. They're now into tiny cube morsels. Misty Rainforest found for our opponent. Mr. McChillin, thank you for the resub in 6 months. How goes it? Opponent fetches with this Misty as well. Scammed you with no twin? So rude. Mono red in this stream, it's more likely than you think. You are correct. We'll attempt Bridge here. If it's Spell Pierce, I get it out of hand. This stops Monkey. Here comes Spell Pierce. Oh, consider. All right. We lived for another day. Lord Michael, actually mono or playing red decks on stream has been very rare in the month of December. We've been instead playing Marvel Snap. All right, opponent jams a Ledger Shredder here. 4 minutes on their clock, 18 on ours. We can kill this Ledger Shredder, and I think I go ahead and do that. Let's do it properly here. Oh, it won't matter. You got the pin, it arrived. Congratulations. It is a cool pin. And I think I remembered to include all the proper backs for everybody as well. The rubber backs we have noticed they can come loose a little bit. So I bought some metal ones off a pin shop somewhere. That pin's been with us for a long time. We are actually beyond halfway with getting rid of all of them. I say getting rid of loosely. We bought them 4 years ago or so, kind of at our 1 year mark. And we've been using them since. All right, I'm gonna play Seasoned Pyromancer over Bone Crusher Giant. If they counter it, I get the tokens later. If it resolves, I don't think Bone Crusher's winning us this game. This digs me towards other stuff. Resolves, and before I draw, my opponent blasts the poor Seasoned Pyromancer. Can I discard Bone Crusher, please, opponent? Now you're speeding up. Please don't bounce Bridge. I actually kind of want to find a second Bridge here. Bouncing Bridge, and it's a 7/7's scary. Big scare. Nice. I'm actually going to go ahead and play the Ragavan into play. And then I've got the bonus Bridge that I talked about. 20 seconds to fetch. This opponent's been playing a little slow. And we noted it at the very beginning of this entire league match. That being said, maybe they're on a laptop that's being slow. Who knows? Archmage Charm to draw cards. I'd prefer a land to play around Spell Pierce. Tap Spire Bluff comes into play. And bolts. Now I don't need the land for the Spell Pierce. We're going to get a second Bridge, and that should wrap this up. We'll play Eidolon next. The second Bridge is way more important here. Bolted. Fancy bolt, too. The Claw Bolt. Dragon Rage Channeler. More actions for our lovely opponent. We're actually going to ditch the Eidolon just because of the game state here. Game state, time, and drawing cards seems like it's an okay thing to do right now. Oh, yeah. We are a Karn deck. We have 2 Karns. It's the extra life deck. Unholy Heat's Blast does its surveil thing. We have 2 Karns. 2 Karns, 3 Bridge, 3 Chalice, and a Karn board over here of Liquid Metal Coating, Relic, Sorcerer, Spyglass, Torpor, Void Mirror, and a Bridge. A bunch of Storm Breaths. Eidolons are in right now instead of Blood Moons. 5 Blood Moon effects, 1 Magus of those. Bone Crusher Giants, Ragavan build, Chandra Fire Artisan, Chandra Torch Defiance style list as well. And those that should not be named. All right, try to resolve a Chandra Fire Artisan. I imagine this gets countered. If it doesn't, we can actually kill them very quickly from behind the bridge. 2 turns, I think. Letting it resolve is nice. Get to play our land and pass turn. And so next turn I can do 12 to them. I mean, I can get Eidolon down here too and really make things frustrating for our opponent. I think we're going to time them out. Although with this board state, I think we actually would win. Got a sweet cube deck. Nice. Opponent has under a minute here. Twin. Is it twin? You got this, opponent. You got this. Yeah, I would agree. My opponent dashes a Ragavan in here. I'm going to block it with an elemental token. My opponent's hand is empty as well. I don't see a reason not to just block here. Up. Play a land, light up for max damage here, 12. Done. Big boom. Slam, Eidolon, pass turn. And if they play anything, I have Araminaut for the win. Opponent plays a Polluted Delta. We have 10 seconds on their clock. They go to 2. They might fetch and shock to end the game. They have 1 shock left. Can they find the shock in time? No. No. All right, we were pretty confident we were going to win, though. They needed 2 removals. I have an active Eidolon. I had 2 Raminauts. I did enough damage there. It was good. It was good. Puts it as 1-1. The way Prison should be. Surprising we take down the Murktide list. It is an unfavored matchup. Here's the list as you can see it in front of you. All right, another person that's in their bracket as a 2/2. We're gonna keep this. We have 2 lands here. Fairies. And actually, man, do I jam the Chalice here? I actually kind of feel like I do. I don't think I care about Ragavan here. We're gonna just Magus them. This Fairy Conclave. Yeah, our opponent's done. Should I Blood Moon them? It's probably safer. I'll play into the Force of Negation here. I'll play into that Force of Negation. Oh, look, it wasn't there. The mono blue deck that he keeps running into? What is that? Play Magus now, pass turn. I'll probably get a second Chalice on one. Maybe Karn down tick not Torpor. What is it? What's the mono? It's not very good, clearly. Clearly not very good. I'm gonna throw a Chalice on one for a bonus Chalice here. I've been raided by Evan, now I play against Evan. Let's go ahead and cast a Bonecrusher Giant, attack for 2. I'm really good at these Chalice checks. I'm really good in person, too. We tap the Chalice all the time. I position it so it's always in my peripheral. Double Chalice check there for my opponent. I'm going to give them all the information they need. Check it out. There's Karn. You know what Karn's good at getting? Liquid Metal Coating. Boom, you're dead. All right. I don't know what they're doing. It doesn't seem very good. We'll see. We'll see. I kind of want to just play Eidolons instead of Ragavans. Where'd the Eidolon go? I accidentally clicked it. If Evan is still here, he's probably losing his crap. Why would he be losing his crap? What is this list from? I don't even. It looked like just fairies, but like bad fairies. Does it have Psychonic Blast? I hope so. Gonna mulligan this hand. This is crap. We'll keep this hand. We'll get rid of one of these. We could play Den of the Bugbear, maybe Blood Moon. Opponent's gonna have much more islands this time, I'm sure of it. You know what's funny is we almost played a list with Boyle in it. Hey, look at them islands. Look at them islands. I'm going to play Eidolon here. It's going to get countered. That's okay. We'll accept our counter. Got our third land. This gives us Blood Moon, but I don't know if it's important or not here. Counterspell, not counterspell. Okay. Does this opponent not play counter match? Paper Snag. Okay, whatever. Fading Hope. It's Man Valis 3 less scry 1. You got it. You got it, opponent. You scryed 1. What else you got for me? Delver. Whatever. 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 Let's see if I can get a Blood Moon down here. I don't even think I do this Fury. I'm going to wait on the Fury. I don't think I will regret waiting. I leave and it's Evan and some troll guy. Come back and it's Best Wolf, Fluffy Wolf at 2. By the way, I legit don't have a clue what's happening. I don't see anything threatening. I don't know what's happening. It's just a bunch of whatevers. Cool. Thing in the ice. We'll kill that. Well, let's do it this way, actually. Chalice on 1. Spell Pierce. How dare you? I'm gonna pay for that. Let's Fury away the thing in the ice, because that thing's a little bit hard to kill. And pass turn. Chandra down tick probably, or Chandra up tick Bonecrusher Giant Stomp. Here's 2 going at it. Yeah, of course. This is a different mono blue. Well, that kind of sucks. All right, whatever. Chandra, down tick, thing in the ice. Thing in the ice is the biggest problem here. Not going to play the land. Pass turn. We're going to Bonecrusher stomp this. They're going to attack Chandra. Chandra's not that important here. They're straight up garbage, but it was hilarious. All right. Well, I think I killed Delver here. Maybe they've got counter magic now. So maybe I'll regret this. It just seems like it's mono 1-drop cantrips with like Thing in the Ice and this terror thing. Like, I'd be surprised if they have counterspell at this point. They were thinking about Vapor snagging and realizing that Chalice check king is across the table from them. All right, Bone Crusher Giants in play. 4th island for my opponent. Maybe they're playing Otawara. Who knows? Play Scavenger Grounds in case they bounce Blood Moon. I don't know why they would, but they might. F6, F6, F6. I'll play this because I am playing bridge. We'll attack for 4 past turn. F6, F6, F6. If I get another Chalice, I'll put it on 1. Chalice on 1 seems to be the best card in the entire game right now. Uh-oh. They're looking to play something. They don't find the ability to play it, whatever it was. In for another 4. Blood Moon is doing the best. It's literally doing the best here. Hey. They are playing 2-drops. They're playing 2-drops that are not creatures. Did you see that? Did you see that? They countered it. How'd they do that? How'd they do that? All right, attacking for 4. If this connects, then the only way that they can win is not win at all. Watch them somehow block this and I get Squee for the win. Oh, that was good draw. All right, we beat the mono blue list 2-0 with Blood Moon in play, giving us the rooting, cheering, the supporting that we need in order to win games. Thank you, Blood Moon. You're welcome, Fluffy. Thanks. Welcome back, Fluffy. What do you mean, welcome back, Blood Moon? You've neglected us. You've abandoned prison for that red rage. I will burn you with this volcanic ash below me. Blood Moon's only good on Tuesdays? Apparently my opponent does not need a name, but our name is Fluffy Wolf 2. What does stage 1 mean? Sometimes things are split up into stage 1, 2, and 3 for when like you're adding drafted boosters to your list. So they just use the same coding, except you're only in ever stage 1 against people in a league. It's Tuesday somewhere in the world. All right, so this is going to be a fun one. We're going to go ahead and kill Bird of Paradise. We're looking for Blood Moon. This looks like Yawgmoth. Chalice on 1 isn't bad here. A top deck Fury into land into Blood Moon may not be the worst thing to see. My opponent's brain is getting scrambled seeing Light Up the Night and wondering what it does and how I managed to kill the bird with X being 0. Don't worry. +1 to creatures and planeswalkers. We haven't cheated online. Don't worry, I don't need a name. We know what we're doing. Opponent finds a Boseiju here. It's great to see a 2-drop. Although that's not a great 2-drop. That's okay with 1-drop. All right, definitely going to go ahead and slap down the Chalice here. There's very little reason to worry about Bone Crusher Giant and tagging something. This opponent is going to combo kill us. Bridge is okay in this matchup, but it's not the best. I'd love to see them fetch a Overgrown Tomb again, but they're not. Grist. Now I really need that Fury. All right, prioritizing Bridge here. Because maybe I can hide behind the Bridge, Karn, and Light Up the Night, the Grist. Maybe there's a world that I get to do that. Maybe in some weird world I get to do that. I'm really scared of an evolution at this point, but I mean, their list has so many evolutions and Karn cards and stuff. This could be a Chord. Opponent attacks for 2 here. This Karn doesn't survive by itself. We'll probably have to season Pyromancer. What's up, Bert? Let's do Seasoned Pyromancer here. If I find Fury, I might try to tag the Grist. I'm going to keep Karn. There's our Blood Moon. It's not very good anymore. Chord. Endurances. Okay. Gets rid of my graveyard. That's fine. I have Spyglass in this version, right? Yeah. I have to like Spyglass Grist, I think. Uh-oh, we're paying for Wall of Roots mana here. Yawgmoth. So we can draw some cards here because of the Young Wolf. Graveyard-wise, I have Relic. I don't have Tormod's Crypt. Heh, they hit Grist. Extra value. My opponent can draw a lot of cards. They can also kill quite a few things here and actually get in for some serious damage as well. This is interesting. I'm actually going to go ahead and kill the two... I'm going to kill 2 insects here. They're going to draw cards. Probably. Oh, they probably have 2 Boseijus main boarded. There are 5 creatures currently in the graveyard. Guess I play Blood Moon first. This way Endurance can't attack me. And then I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 Karn down tick named Grist. They do have 3 green available to them still in the form for Chord, but they don't have 2 green for a evolution. Endurance can't attack. They can attack me for 4, 9. Yeah, that Spyglass is going to happen. And then there's only going to be 2 creatures here. They can make one into a 2/2 and attack me, but I'll have Spyglass already out from my hand, so it'll only be 1. So they can't kill Karn, I don't think. Opponent is using Yawgmoth's ability. Undying Young Wolf. There's 6 creatures, 7 creatures, and then they do 8 creatures and they have enough. I didn't add that up. I didn't add up the ones that were on the board. We needed 1 more turn to have Karn to activate for the Grist. All right. Yawgmoth will bring Magus in. We can cut 1 or we'll cut 1 bridge. And we'll hope. We'll hope. This is a tough matchup too. This one's a tough matchup. I think most matchups are tough just because there's so many main board answers and we're having to like slog through 3 matches usually. Usually on match 2, the reason that we have a chance is we have knowledge of what we're playing against, and so we have a better time like mulliganing to a little bit of the more pertinent cards that we need at the very beginning of the game. Take less damage here. Chalice on 1, followed by Blood Moon in the form of Magus. We need a Fury here in the next 2-3 cards probably to get rid of Ignobles and Birds of Paradise. Like that one? Like that one? Gonna Chalice. Ragavan can be what I pitch. Obviously, Boseiju is going to be online for a little while here because of the Bird of Paradise. Not much I can do about that. Black, black, white, triple black. Geralt's Messenger, you got it. Come on, come on, Fury. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do it in the form of Blood Moon here. Bone Crusher is a way to get rid of that Bird of Paradise. And then we have Seasoned Pyromancer that can do some good blocking. And my opponent didn't go get green mana. They went and got black mana. I don't know how pertinent that is. Opponent's playing Force of Vigor as well. Obviously, Magus of the Moon might have been slightly better. Top deck Fury will be crazy good against them. Come on, Fury. Dang it. All right, still got a Magus here. Gosh, that Fury would have been so brutal. Okay. We are restraining what they've got here. If this is Grist, this is a problem. Nope, it's Yawgmoth. That's also a problem. I think we lose here. That's what my gut tells me. I'm gonna go Fire Artisan, trying to find that Fury to get rid of the Yawgmoth. No dice. One less card, though, to go through. What is this symbol? Not stacking abilities automatically. Stack them automatically. Sure. That's so weird. I'm dying very slowly. We die. Lord Magicus, what's up? Welcome. We're gonna be entering game 5 or match 5 as 2-2 as your raid comes in here. I think I'm dead, right? One and 6. 1, 6, 1, 6. That's all I ever hit. I don't hit anything else. 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6. Yeah, Yawgmoth got us. All right, 1, 2, a 2, 1, a 2, 0, and an 0, 2, which means we've done all kinds of possibilities. So this one's just a wild card. I never hit the number 2. Number 2 is a no. If I'm going to hit no, I'm going to hit it with the mouse. Yes, confirm, go forward, destroy. 2, no, I need to be considering something if I hit no. Never, ever, ever. Like my hands here. One finger on the 1 and one finger on the 6. Or I just tap back and forth. That's what we do. That's it. It used to be F6. It's technically 6. That's fair, Lord. We can yield until next end step. Is something right-click in the 4th one down, or I right-click and then click their name and yield until here, so I get the little yellow indicator. We're going to keep this. This is fun. We're going to do Potentially Chalice on 1 followed by Magus of the Moon. Otawara and Stripped Riverwinder. So we're going to do Ragavan dash Chalice on 0. So we're going to now do, I don't know what we're going to do. I play a lot of fishes with force, so I like giving that illusion that I have it. True. All right, opponent takes the Chalice for obvious reasons. This Magus could be decent. We'll dash Monkey in. Love a Chalice off the top. All right, we go over a Misty. Maybe they needed that Misty Rainforest. I don't know. Opponent cycles. Like here, F6. All right, they're going to grief away my Magus of the Moon, I assume. There's no way they let me keep the Magus there. Did they miss a land drop here? Cycle Street Wraith. Did they keep the one? They kept the one lander, chat. They kept the one lander. That's bold. There's a force negation. F6. Opponent found the land. Gonna hold on to that. Ragavan. Go, go, go. Attack. They still need a land, so we'll see what happens here. I could probably play whatever they top deck here. You know, except if it's the Waker of the Waves. A good old 7-drop. One cycles. Shatterskull Smashing's interesting, but they have 2 griefs coming back. I have a Magus of the Moon. Looks like they might do this all at instant speed too, which is perhaps a little bit rough. Let's actually play Seasoned Pyromancer here to ditch some cards so I have a few more blockers. Subtlety. I don't mind putting this on top. I will attempt to dash with Ragavan here. They have 1 card left. I mean, personally, they don't subtlety there. They don't subtlety unless... I mean, why subtlety if you have it, right? Especially ditching a Shardless Agent. Interesting. All right, I connect. That is too funny, because if they go end step here, I can do this and... Oh, that's right, I don't have Living End. They... What? They have to have it, right? Oh, they're gonna just do it in our draw step. Okay, that's fine. You got it. Now if you don't fetch here, Blood Moon happens. All of this happens. They get to grief me twice here. They can put... No, they can't put that. Creature Planeswalker. So I imagine they just take Seasoned Pyromancer plus Shatterskull Smashing here. I can still rip Blood Moon. Not Blood Moon. What am I talking about? I can still rip Ensnaring Bridge. Well, actually, you're gonna look at the top 3 cards. I'm gonna actually concede. I don't want them to know I have that. 1, 2, 3. It was not gonna get there. Okay. Okay, Void Mirror comes in for this matchup. Magus of the Moon can come in here as well. I don't hate Eidolons. Light Up the Nights can go. Fire Artisans can go. We want the relic. We want the bridge. We probably can bring in the Torp Orb and get rid of the other Fire Artisan. All right, 1 Blood Moons. We want Chalices. We want those other things. We can also play this hand with 2 Eidolons. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. I've done the new player gauntlet like a long time ago. All right, our hope here is that 2 Eidolons can put enough pressure on our opponents that we can either finish the game with like a couple burn spell style effects through our planeswalkers, or we'll get them with like some tokens or something like that. Remember, we can always find that Chalice. Draw step there. Let's play Eidolon. Love the ability to play Eidolon plus Ragavan on the top deck of a land here. What do you think? They got the turn 3? Or do they have like Force of Negation here? Are they trying to prevent my Chalice? Opponent cycles an Architects of Will, plays Misty Rainforest. My goal is to play Eidolon plus Ragavan here. Opponent is at 15. 2 Eidolons in play means that in order for them to get through with a Living End, they will take 8 total damage. 4 for the first spell, 4 for the Living End. Foundation Breaker to kill the Eidolon, and they know this. They know Eidolon is dangerous to see. Land. Perfect. We get to play Monkey here. We get to play Eidolon. I'm not going to play Fury to get it into the yard here. What does suck is that Foundation Breaker would come back and kill the Eidolon that's coming into play. But hopefully Seasoned Pyromancer and Fury can clean up the board. We'll see if they have the Living End. Sometimes they don't because they're having to interact with our spells. Okay. Combat. Here they go. They're going to at least take 4 here. And Foundation Breaker. I'm tempted to play Seasoned Pyromancer to get through some of this. So they're going to order the top of our library. I could also like Fury away something. I'm going to Fury away the Street Wraith here. And then I'm going to also stomp the Foundation Breaker. And next turn, probably just hard cast Seasoned Pyromancer. Opponent's at 10. If they spin a Living End again, I have a really good graveyard at this point. Opponent griefs here. Okay. Just take Seasoned Pyromancer. I'll get to play Bonecrusher Giant. And then we'll play kind of a dance here of whether Architects can really attack me or not. They do know a few of the top cards here, so they probably put things there that they can get around. It's tap Steam Vents, 10 to 15. I actually believe I'm just going to play a Bonecrusher Giant. Relic is good. They know about that Relic too. I feel like they just have a Force of Negation that they can hard cast. Probably would not pop the relic anyway. I would tick it up once every turn to get rid of some of their stuff. I like where we're at. They're paying for something here. Hardcast Brazen Borrower. Brazen Borrower can only block flyers. Stripped a Riverwinder, doing its thing. Do they just attack for 6? I let it through. I attack for 4. Is this how we're going to do this? I think this is going to be the answer because if I have any creature on top, I can start blocking the Architects. I mean, I know they know. It's a Fury. I'll put the relic down just to have. I mean, we're at the point that, like, I know they're attacking me for 6, and then the Brazen Borrower is lethal in this guy, but I could also draw with the relic and try to exile the Fury. It's kind of weird. I have options here. And if I had a Bone Crusher Giant, I could try to stomp for the win as well. Like, I just attack, right? I mean, I know the Brazen Borrow kills me in the air, so I attack here, and then I try to do Fury. I feel like if they're afraid of anything happening here, they have to right now do Living End, in which case I'll just let it resolve, right? Because I have the better graveyard. There's nothing evasive here, right? Subtlety. I didn't play around Subtlety. So we'll let that happen. And then in response to this, we'll draw and try to hit Stomp. Nope. All right. Went for it. Opponent got it. 2-3, exactly as predicted here with Red Prison tonight. It's just what it is. I feel like on a lot of the matchups, they have to go to 3 matchups, and that is not where Red Prison wants to be. Red Prison wants to be targeting, and that majority of whatever is out there, it wants to be trying to hedge its bets on playing against that matchup, having the right sideboarded cards already in the main deck, and then using the sideboard to utilize those matchups that are on the 5% or less in terms of what you're running into. A lot of mainboard answers to Bridge, a lot of mainboard answers to Chalice, and a lot of mainboard answers to Blood Moon. When Blood Moon comes down and it's good, it's definitely good. You could play a Prison list that's a little more aggressive in getting Blood Moon out, but then we have exactly like we saw the Force of Vigor, we have Besage, we see Foundation Breaker, we have a lot of free spells that can kind of get around the Blood Moon. And if we do eventually run into those white lists, they've got Leyline of Binding as well, and then Solitude to deal with our aggressive creatures. So this is why I tend to lean a little more towards that Red Rage list, more aggression, not so much Chalice, not so much Bridge, being proactive, giving ourselves the best chance to beat our opponent before they find their outs. That is prison by damage, as we like to say, and how we tend to like to go with it. But if you still have these cards, you still play in Prison, definitely options. I think the Karn package is getting weaker and weaker, and I think it's better to play a Fire Artisan, Chandra, or even just ditch the Fire Artisan, Light Up the Night package and be a little bit aggressive with some Blood Moon and maybe Bridge or Chalice, depending on your meta. And that last one, we definitely could have had an extra Chalice in trying to beat the Living End. opponent in that fashion. But I don't think it's always the smartest just to mulligan down, because then they start just playing their big creatures anyway and getting you. Anyway, some Red Prison here on the stream. Last little hurrah here in 2022.